Hello students, in this video we are going to discuss about nitrogen, the amount of nitrogen in air. As we know that it's 78.1% by volume. Clear? 78.1% by volume. Nitrogen is a very inactive element or inactive gas. It never reacts or it cannot react easily with some other elements or other matter. It neither burns or nor support for burning. Always remember, it neither burn nor support the burning. Nor support the burning. The volume of nitrogen, as we know, it's 78.1%, means it's a 4 times the volume of, near about 4 times the volume of oxygen. Due to the presence, as we already discussed in case of oxygen, that pure oxygen burn anything faster, but there is a large amount of nitrogen as compared to oxygen, so thing cannot burn faster. They take time for burning, because at our atmosphere, in our air, amount of oxygen is not in pure form, they are in mixture or impure form. That's why anything cannot burn easily. Then our next part is we can remove oxygen, carbon dioxide and water vapor from air. It has been found that the remaining gas behaves much like nitrogen. Thus we conclude that air contains oxygen. This point is given sometimes. Question asked to you that how you prove that air contains oxygen, but there is no such type of activities for you, as in you are in class 6, to prove that air contains oxygen. So for you, if amount of oxygen, amount of carbon dioxide, other things which you can easily remove, then if you remove that part, the rest part is very reactive, then it neither support nor burn itself. So we conclude that there is a nitrogen. But why we have nitrogen? Because it's an essential part for plant. Essential for plant. Nitrogen is essential for plant and animals. Plant get nitrogen from air and animals get nitrogen from plants through complicated proteins. Proteins is a compound of nitrogen, fulfill the requirement of nitrogen in living beings. Fulfill the requirement of nitrogen in living beings, and this requirement fulfilled by plant. Plant can take nitrogen easily from the atmosphere, but living beings or especially human beings cannot take. So for them, plants prepare proteins, and we take proteins to improve our nitrogen requirement. Here, in every book it is given that enzymes that make chemical reactions occur in a biological system, and hemoglobin, which is the main constituent of blood, are protein. Muscles and hair are made up of protein. Milk, pulses, eggs and meat, fish, these are also the source of protein. There is a experiment to prove that inactive part is your nitrogen. I am simply give a brief explanation. You must read from big book, but need I help you that need. As you are observing on a screen, on the left hand side of your screen, you must see that there is some one candle in a container, and there is a beaker like structure having some graduation, means some marks is there, some mark is there. So what is the use? In this case we are going to discuss about proportion of nitrogen in air. Nitrogen in air. How we find? Our concept is that in gas, in air, some part is oxygen and rest part is a substance which is unable to react or unable to help for burning, neither burn nor support the burning. We ignite the candle, we light up the candle start glowing, gives light, and then after we filled this part with some water, this container with water. Though candle is above, burning part is above the water, so it's burned. Now what we do next, we use this beaker or container that having some marks, invert this above this one likewise. What we are observing, that when we invert, we are observing that candle is burning for some time, and after some time it extinguished. And when it extinguished, if we observe very carefully, that some part of water rises upward in the container, and when we calculated it, this part is 4/5 of the volume of beaker. So from this we can conclude that this amount is air which having substance which is not burn itself, not support the burning. Though we know that and we name them easily, it's a nitrogen, though it contains carbon dioxide and some dust particles, so we neglect because they are in small amount. 4/5 is a large amount, and this is your nitrogen. From this we can conclude. So in this we can say that nitrogen is 1/4. Oxygen nitrogen ratio is 1/4, means oxygen ratio nitrogen in air is 1/4. Now move to the next part, it's a carbon dioxide. Now carbon dioxide gas is released air during respiration or burning. Whenever we respire, we take oxygen and release carbon dioxide gas, as well as whenever we burn something that with the help of burning, carbon dioxide gas produced. We use oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. You must read this in your biology class. The burning of fuels like coal, burning of fuels. In fuels we have petroleums, we have coals, we have paper is also fuel. Fuel means what? The thing, combustible substance which used in burning of something, in either in small amount or large amount. Whenever we burn some fuel, we can produce carbon dioxide. The proportion of is carbon dioxide is produced by when we burn the fuel. Now, nowadays in cities, amount of carbon dioxide increasing. Why this thing happen? Because we are using large amount of vehicle nowadays as compared to some decades ago. Then we are using some luxurious things like face and other things, or we burn some fuel every day. We are burning fuel more and more to for production of something in our industrial area. We are increasing the amount of industries which consumes more oxygen and gives us more amount of carbon dioxide. So this can make the things little bit difficult for us. We are suffering from some diseases. We are unable to take proper amount of oxygen. So hope you can understand, we have to reduce the amount of carbon dioxide. How we prove that carbon dioxide present in atmosphere? We take a lime water and keep the fresh lime water in open air for some times. We observe some milky layer form above the surface of the lime water, and that lime water that proves that air contain carbon dioxide, because carbon dioxide when react with lime water gives us some milky substances. So that's all for your carbon dioxide. Our next part is your water vapor. Water vapor, as we know that in closed surface of any container, if we place some ice cube, we observe some water droplets outside these are your ice cube, clear? We observe some outer droplets outside the surface of the container. This proves that air contains water vapor, which condenses as soon as this water vapor come in contact with the cold surface and form water droplets outside the container. This proves that air contains water vapor. Air also contains some other gases. We observe all these things in higher classes, that how we can prove that air contains other part of gases. We can conclude from these things, last video and this video, that air is a mixture which contains different types of gases and other materials. So from this you can say that components of a mixture are not in a fixed proportion. They retain their properties and can be separated by physical means. Our next topic is soot and dust. You people are requested to listen these things very carefully, because it's a new thing, soot and dust. Soot generally formed from the burning of fuels and also released into air from the chimneys of some factories. That is a part. Soot forms when we burn something. Burning of some fuels. When the generally what happened, this suit is some black light particles are there, which we obtain sometimes whenever we burn something. They emit after some interval or time to time from the, like you are burning bonfire a campfire now. Then in those campfire you can obtain sometimes at the time to time some black light particles come out and flow in the air, move inside the air. That black part is known as your soot. These soot particles come in contact with dust particles and combine with those dust particles. How those dust particles come? Dust particles, whenever hard air blows from a loose surface of soil, the upper fine particles of soil move away from that place with the help of that hard air, and it mixes with the air. Those are known as your dust. Soot and dust are solid particles. They enter our respiratory tract and lung with the air we inhale, and that's why sometimes we feel suffocation to take breath in an open air, because that area covered with soot and dust. So all of you read this topic from a book also, because if you are unable to read the book, you are unable to get these points. So that's all for today. In next video we discuss some more thing. Thank you.